around to the Your Guest with Yogata. For those who want to meet or even see their favorite personality or celebrity. But anyways, here we are. And last week we had lots of fun. But who cares? Today is a new day. So I would like to start the show congratulating Jackie Chan for his honorary Oscar. I mean, that's a great honor for Asia and China itself, because having a Chinese actor who's won an Oscar, that's gonna be really good. And anyways, I mean, who wouldn't like to be Jackie Chan? I mean, he knows how to act, he knows how to fight, he knows how to make people laugh in thriller, in comedy, in action films. I mean, I want to be like him, but unluckily I am not him. But who cares? We are here, and today I have a great show for you, which I hope you enjoyed a lot, because we're gonna have three personalities that you might know, and you must feel proud about them, because our Asia is beautiful, and who wouldn't like to be proud about Asia? So if you don't feel proud about Asia, just leave, or stay here tuned tonight to listen to our three personalities we have today. So, for our first guest, we're going to have a very, very important artist. She's Japanese and has conquered every corner of the world. She loves partners and has made collaborations with Lancome, Marc Jacobs, and Louis Vuitton. Please welcome, ladies and gentlemen, our first guest, Yayoi Kusama. So there she is, our great and fabulous Yayoi Kusama. You had a long trip from Tokyo or not?
Yeah, it was kind of tired.
Well, I must get that. Okay, so tell us, how do you start in the world of art?
Well, my life hasn't been easy. Firstly, I study arts, like classic arts, but I hate it. So there's where I began to search for something more interesting for me.
Oh, interesting. And why the polka dots?
Well, that's something interesting because, as you know, I have sickness. So one day I was sitting and I saw a flower, and I started seeing flowers everywhere, and I realized that this was my world and my reality, and it became so real that I really believe it, and I started running because it was infinite. So when I came to real world, I realized that I have fell from the stairs because I ran from the table.
So that's the reason you did the Infinite Room in Rufino Tamayo in Mexico City, right?
Yeah, kind of. Because the Dolca dots, for me, they have like this form of the sun, which is a symbol of energy, and it's the whole world that we live in. Also, it forms of the moon, which is like calming, and it has like a perfect balance of both of us.
And how does your sickness have affected your creations?
Well, I think my creations are really my sickness. That's how I express it. If it wasn't for art, I would be dead.
How do you feel about your sickness?
Well, I think that it's kind of hard because there's no day I don't think about killing myself. Suicide is a really big deal. Actually, I brought my nurse. I don't know where she is, but although with art I have found somewhere to escape from it.
I mean, that's really nice. I mean, you found yourself a peaceful world where you can be happy and calm, which is somehow hard for some other people. What do you think about the job of young artists?
Well, I think that nowadays art has become something really powerful, and we have to keep it this way. Now the young artists have to protest all single time because there's a lot of problems in this world, which we have to help by art, you know. We can do like political changes or climate changes. We can really express all about our ideas.
I mean, that's something really wonderful. I remember I went to a museum in Nice, France, and I think you know Yves Klein. His color he uses the most is blue, and I mean it's amazing how he expresses everything in just one thing, in one color. I mean, for you, I'm using all these sort of variety of colors. I mean, it's kind
Yeah,
of
it's an amazing thing. Also, I think art's really important for young people. That's why I think it's really important to donate to like schools or something to give them education so they don't suffer as much as I did.
yes. I mean, I mean, back then, I mean, people wouldn't care at all, but nowadays the government's kind of donating more money to art.
Yeah.
And I mean, I heard you work with Louis Vuitton, which is amazing. I mean, we should congratulate her. And how do you feel about working with such an important brand nowadays for the fashion
Well,
world?
I think that the idea of being famous is not like that important. I want to be famous, yes, but I agree about working with him because I love how he expressed himself in the brand, the colors. I think he expressed a lot of feelings, and I think he's quite a genius, and I'm his fan.
Yeah, I mean, his designs. I mean, well, no, he's
Yeah,
special.
I'm really grateful about working with him. I really respect what he does.
Yeah, I mean, and now he's in creative part. Nicolas Jacker. I don't know his name for sure, but I mean, it's amazing how the Louis Vuitton legacy has kept alive. I mean, it's not like in other brands that it's just been modified. So that's really good. And congratulations again.
Thank you.
Can you tell me what you enjoy most? I mean, the most right now in your life?
Well, my life, I never thought about it. Well, I think my life has been a battle. Since I was young, I have always fight with it. So I think that's my life, it's a war.
Oh,
But well, also I think I convert my obsessions into art. That's why I think these mental institutions helped me a lot to control myself, and I'm still living on it.
yeah. As I told you before, I mean, it's amazing how people, well, you yourself have found a good way to control those things. I mean, nowadays there are kids, teenagers who just don't care and haven't found a way just like you. I mean, a peaceful way to control those things. And do you have any recommendation, suggestion, advice to them?
To who?
To the to the young people or whoever who want to suicide themselves.
Well, just to search for help because it's something you can't deal alone. I have learned about that. Still today, I have these instances, suicides. There will be never gone, but art has helped a lot.
So, you as an insider, could you tell us how it's to be like in the world of art?
Well, it isn't easy. Firstly, when I first arrived to New York searching for something not classic, I was really, really poor because, well, art's not that good business at first. I even have to eat from the trash sometimes.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
but, well, I think that, yeah, I think that now it's better.
We're here for you, and so for that reason, please donate to art because people like Joya and Kusama have luck, but others do not have that luck. So for now, can you do us a little demonstration of how you work?
Here.
Oh, the expression! Look at this piece of art. Thank you very much, Jayla.
Thank you.
And I hope you have a great trip back to Japan.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's wonderful to share your story and to inspire other people who are aspiring to become an artist. So thank you very much, and I hope you have a great day. It was a
Thank
pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
And now, after this commercial break, we're going to have another two special guests.
walkies. And I think they're cookies, but what are they? Well, they're like biscuit stick coated with strawberry flavor confectionery. Oh wow, and there's also from chocolate. They're delicious. You should buy them. You too.
Share Pocky 今年もやるよ
I ran 10 miles and I'm really thirsty. Well, you should try it. Oka. It's perfect for you. It's on sweet and green tea and it will give you energy and will make you feel great. Really? Yes. Okay, let's try. Go try Oka for you.
196ストロングゼロ
自由な歌3990円
Welcome back, everyone. Let's now pass to our next segment, which is politics. Well, politics is not always boring. It might be fun this time. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our Secretary General for the United Nations, Mr. Ban Ki-moon. Good night, Mr. Moon.
Good night, Sana. Thanks for inviting me tonight.
Where did you leave all your stars? So it's a pleasure having you here tonight. I mean, I can't imagine all the amount of work you must have been doing right now, and thank you for making a space in your agenda.
Well, indeed, but I managed to organize my time, so don't worry.
So what the United Nations is doing right now for the refugee crisis?
Well, right now we work hard to protect and assist refugees, but our ultimate goal is to find solutions that allow them to rebuild their lives. So we work to create durable solutions. To aid this process, we provide cultural orientation, language, and vocational training, as well as access to education and employment. However, of the 40.4 million refugees of concern to UNHCR around the world, less than 1% is submitted for resettlement.
Wow, that's very interesting. So can you tell us more about United Nations Women's Rights and its impact in Asia?
Well, we have the UN Women Organization that was founded in July 2010. The United Nations General Assembly created UN Women, that is the United Nations entity for gender equality and the empowerment of women. In doing so, UN member states took a historic step in accelerating the organization's goal on gender equality and empowerment of women.
Wow, that must be a lot of work. But I mean, I think you like your job. I mean, you seem really passionate to it.
Yes, it's really interesting. We investigate, we solve problems about different situations, but our main goal is to maintain peace and security.
And what is it like to work with UN ambassadors such as Emma Watson?
Well, right now, talking about the UN Women Organization, we have the program that's called He for She, where Emma Watson is a UN ambassador. Yeah.
Well, she looks so keen into her work on how she defends every time the women's rights. So I mean, it must be a hard work. And I guess you and Emma and all the United Nations team are doing a great job. To end, I hope you had a lot of fun. And why are you always wearing an orange scarf?
Oh well, today I'm wearing an orange scarf because of Orange Day. It is a new campaign called Unite, the end of violence against women, who has been proclaimed every 25th of every month as Orange Day, a day to raise awareness of and take action to end violence against women and girls.
Well, that's a very interesting campaign. I mean, now I'm gonna wear an orange scarf. So thank you very much for your time. I hope you had a great time. And we hope to have you back one day.
Yes, thank you.
You're very welcome. So now we're gonna receive on the next segment a very important leader who's very peaceful, and he's a monk. So stay tuned to see who's the next guest.
シャキッとコーンクリーム
缶詰売り場でな
Oh my god, Marian, I am so hungry. I don't know what to eat. Go for it. Cup noodles. What are they? Well, they're noodles. Normal noodles are quick and very tasty. You should get them. Okay, I'll get them. Cup noodles for you.
の出会いカップヌードル塩
なんじゃねえ子供 CC でもできれば可愛い子に飲まれたいねいいねそれ中やろそれ中やろあ可愛い子来た
あ CC でも
ちょっとすいません嘘やろビタミン C でも CC でも
Have you ever been on a date and your mouth smells really bad? Well, you should try this. Marina Bologna. Of strawberry, grape, and apple.
So we're back now, and we're going to receive our last guest of the day. He's a 14th Korean Dalai Lama, and he was born on July 6th of 1935. He was born in the north of Tibet. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Dalai Lama! So it's an honor to have you here. So how are you?
I am fine, thank you, but I am really worried.
Why?
Because the world is being destructed by us. And we need to change that. We need to change our mentality.
I totally agree with you. The other day I listened to your opinion about abortion. So what do you think about it?
Well, I consider the act of abortion as a sacrilegious, bad rule. But we don't need to judge everyone. If that girl wants to get an abortion, it's okay. We do not need to judge it.
Okay. Well, that's really good. And do you ever feel angry or outraged?
Well, of course, I am a human being. I am not something else. I also feel angry, happiness, sadness, everything.
Oh, okay. So it looks like you stay optimistic and really peaceful. So how do you stay so optimistic and faithful when the world is full of hate?
Because if we are not optimistic, who will be optimistic? The optimism is the key for success.
So I mean, I love everything you say. So calm and peaceful, as you mentioned before. But I would like to know how that has set out for you since you became Dalai Lama, because I think that's a very important and difficult role to have.
Well, I became Dalai Lama when I want to be a volunteer, so I studied the Buddhist school. And I remember it was a big monastery, and it wasn't easy. It's not easy, but you need to put like all your effort to make it happen.
So I think it must have been really hard to volunteer. So I would like to know what motivated you to volunteer, because it's not an easy decision.
I know it's not an easy decision, but what truly motivated me was that in every case there is a challenge. But the real challenge here is to serve everyone. If there is a challenge, there is an opportunity to serve.
your words have really touched my heart. And I mean, it's nice to have still those people with a good heart. And nowadays, the Chinese government, does not seem really well. And do you see any chance of reconciliation with the Chinese government?
Obviously, there is a possibility. I know that the history of the Chinese people is really hard, but there are a lot of people that don't want to be quiet and want to speak up. So that people is the opportunity to make a bond. You know.
But once how you are as an adult, it has an influential factor how you were educated in your childhood. And I mean, I think if the government is very stubborn, very angry, very full of hatred, how do you recommend or suggest parents to teach children to not be so angry?
Well, children always look to their parents. So the key of this important problem is calm. The parents need to teach their children with calm. That is the key for success and for avoiding the anger.
And you mentioned the key for success is being calm. So, have you ever thought of living a normal life instead of being the Dalai Lama?
Yes, at a young age, I felt like, oh, I want to be a normal Tibetan person. But now I realize that being Dalai Lama is something incredible. But I am not a special person. I am like everyone else.
Do you miss your home in Tibet?
Oh, yes. Tibetan culture is something really different and really amazing. It's my home. What else can I say about that?
I think you must be really close to your home, and it is hard to leave home. I mean, I guess at some point you felt homesick of living it.
It's really hard because the Tibetan culture is really ancient and really beautiful, and I want to return someday.
Well, and nowadays being as a global and very important leader, it must be really hard and facing all those problems that some people use religion as a pretext for violence. What do you think?
Yes, there are innocent people that are being manipulated by other people for these cases. And there are a lot of cases that they use the religious problems, the religious things, to manage their problem. And this is something really, really bad, and you see it every day.
Touch my heart, and you inspired me to become a better person. Could you share us your book, your new book, your
Yes, this is the first version, and it's named as Beyond Religion. I will not talk you about the book because I prefer you to read it at home in a calm place.
Oh, so I'm gonna play it. So thank you very much for coming to that, and I really appreciate your time because I know you must have a lot of things to do. So
Thank you for inviting me.
okay. So thank you very much for staying tuned tonight, and I hope you like these 3 guests we have. And don't miss the next episode because we're going to have very important guests as tonight. Thank you very much and see you next time.